Good day everyone, I am Jeremy Salvatores. Today, I will going to discuss my given report, the chapter 3, lesson 11, which is the blended learning. So, learning target. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to first identify the strength and limitation of blended learning as a delivery mode. Second, differentiate the modes of blended learning. And lastly, design a sample lesson plan, daily lesson log to be used in blended learning mode. Have you ever wished to reduce your weekly 5-school journey? Many students like you have imagined themselves learning in their own choice of learning space in the few days and get inside the school premises for the reminders of the week. With the advance of technology and its optimum use in education, such as which is possible. This is called blended learning modality. Many scholars believe that one thing that fuels blended learning into existence is the use of technology. In this lesson, aside from learning more about blended learning delivery mode, you will come across the essentially of educationally technology in a successful blended learning mode. We hope that you conquer with exponential ease of all the following activities about the blended learning. So, for you, what is blended learning? So, blended learning is a merging of a face-to-face instruction and computer-mediated learning environment. So, blended learning, it is a combination of online and traditional face-to-face learning, a teaching practice that combines or blends classroom and online learning. The instruction of a lesson occurs with both teacher interaction with computer devices, as also known as hybrid learning. So, thoughts that it is a set of combining strategies and approaches in delivering instruction. So, kaning blended learning is combination ni siya sa online and face-to-face na learning. So, next. So, blended learning technology has undoubtedly revolutionized that way instruction is delivered. Learning space and time have been redefined because of technology. One offshoot of how technology is linked to instructional delivery is blended learning. So, an approach in delivering instruction through the aid of any webs and base instructional resources. This means that BL or a blended learning may be a combination of two or more sub-modes of instructional delivery. However, technology as a potent aid is never deleted in the sense. So it should be clear that the plain use of technology in providing information to your learners through the aids of technology tools does not necessarily spell out blended learning. For instance, ang teacher na mogamit siya o email to send the hands-out to students, the discussion will take place inside the classroom. The next day, blended learning is not about that kind of situation like any of the earlier identified instructional delivery mode. BL or blended learning needs a solid and sound set of pedagogical principles and instructional design in implementing this modality. So, Garrison and Vaughan 2008 echoed some future of blended learning instructional delivery. First is it considered the power of online and offline mode of learning. So it should be noted that students in current millennium learn more with the presence of technology. However, physical present interaction are also vital in constructing knowledge with emerging blended learning is essential mode of instructional delivery learning toward flexibility and personalization of learning. Second is it ensures that teacher support and engagement. The use of blended learning does not decrease teacher support and engagement. A BL or a blended learning teacher needs to address the learners by quickly responding to their online tasks, intelligently preparing materials, and regularly facilitating in classroom activities. Third is it promotes independent learning. One of the critical features of BL is fostering independent learning. So BL allows students to learn individually and to use instructional aid according to their learning styles. So researchers agree that a student learns with a blend of self-paced online and face-to-face instruction. Lastly, fourth is it supports per interaction. For interaction. The literature is rich with evidence that student interaction sustain any online instructional delivery. Since BO is a partly online, students can still interact with their student through the proper use of online activities like discussion forum, collaborating, writing, and tutoring through technology tools. Notably, peer interaction heightens motivation to learn. So, there are elements of blended learning. So, first is capacity building. Teachers are equipped with pedagogical and technological skills to implement and sustain highly effective BL environment. So, meaning there should be specialized place of training to teachers who will use blended learning as instructional delivery system. Next is student ownership. Students become agent of the learning process with greater access to tools, resources, and program data. This implies that the teacher needs to intelligently plan activities and class routines that enhance student responsibility to learn. Third is the technology utilization. So teachers use technology to enhance and redefine instruction meaningfully. But also to analyze that data they use to instruction accordingly. So next is data management and usage. So the emergence of technology in classes present an unprecedented opportunity for teachers. Not only obtain data on more frequently basis, but also to analyze the data and use it to adjust instructional accordingly. So figure 2. So models of blended learning. So models of blended learning methods for encouraging hybrid learning. First is rotation models. So in these models, the learners rotate on a fixed schedules of independent online study and face-to-face classroom environment. So, for example, rotation models. Students can complete software lesson outside of class time and then the homework during class time when a teacher is available for assistance. This model helps ensure that students are actively engaged in learning while in the classroom, which is one reason why it's the favorite of the secondary school. So there are variation of these models. Namely, first is station rotation. Second, lab rotation models. Third is split classroom And fourth is individual rotation. So first is station rotation. For example, a learner may complete an assignment online, then participate in the group activities, and finally engage in the teacher-led instruction. Students tend to be grouped by learning style, skills, or needs. So second is the lab rotation. Ang rotation is, for example, working on a given subject in a classroom and then asking students to their own online research at home before presenting their findings in class after the next allotted rotation. So next is the flipped classroom. Flipped classroom, this instructor pre-record the lecture post and record it to any canvas or for student to watch before class and then assist the student as they work through assignment during class time. So ang teacher magbuhat siya og kanang video recording para sa ihang mga student para tan-awon ra o i-click ra sa mga student ang unsay iyang lecture. So gamit ba niya canvas or any kanang videos nga ma-play. So number 4 is individual rotation. Individual rotation, the instructor that working in given subject in the classroom and then asking students for their own online research at home before presenting their findings in class. So kaning mag-work in given subject in the classroom. So maghatag ang teacher o kanang ipa-search and then before nila nga ma-search nila sa ang findings sa ilang research, so usa nila i-present sa ilang at i-demonstrate through teach one. Next is flex models. So flex models, this model provides learners with individualized mobility on more flexible schedule. So, in other words, most of the lesson is delivered through a digital platform, while teachers are accessible for the face-to-face consultation and support. Third is a la carte model. The student takes a full online course with the other experiences the student picks up from face-to-face classes. So this model is different from full online learning, the education, because a la carte models will not be used in year routine time frames. So lastly is enriched virtual model. So the students are required to take face-to-face learning session with their instruction. So then the remaining weeks for the course will use remotely to complete the coursework. Remoting teacher in this content is primarily referred to as the use of online technology, notably in an enriched virtual model. Student meet very seldom with their instruction. So ang student kuno mag-require of face-to-face learning session and then the next day like online class na po, flexible learning na. As educational landscape is dynamically shifted by technology, the tools that teacher and student use inside and outside of the classroom must also change. Although most teachers were taught with traditional tools, books, papers, pencil, students today embrace a new set of tools for communicating, collaborating, sharing, and learning. So, as a future teacher of the 21st century, which tools should you be adept at using for blended learning mode? In other words, what will be in your technology toolbox? So if you don't incorporate the tools the students rely on outside of school into the classroom, they will surely find their work increasingly disconnected and irrelevant to their lives. Hence, below are some of the tools you should at least be familiar with preparation for teacher using blended delivery of instruction. So, mauni, the critical learning spaces and tools for blended learning. So, ang critical learning space, so ang information is in traditional classroom on the board. So, ang mga information na kanang ihatag sa teacher or ihatag sa instructor o sa traditional classroom, sa on the board sila magsuwat sa mga information. O digital classroom, ato sila makuan sa website, blog, homepage of LMS, text message, or chat box. So, discussion. Ang learning space is discussion. So, traditional classroom, whole group and small. So, traditional classroom, ana na face-to-face na yung mga whole group or small na koan. So, digital classroom, mao ni asynchronous discussion like naara na sa online na kanang online class like mga kanang Google Meet na ana na sila mag-discussion through virtual online. So, next is collaboration. So, collaboration and traditional classroom is a small group work at this. So, like, kung ang face-to-face na, makita nimo ang imong mga classmate, mga student na group as work in a desk. So, ani digital classroom is collaboration tools. So, digital na siya. So, last is creation. Ang example traditional classroom is limited to tools and supplies in the classroom. So, limited ra na tools and kanang supplies bitaw sa classroom. Compare sa digital classroom is limitless online application. Kung ano siya, limitless online application from extension and web tools to create presentation, artwork, and infographics. So, infographics and website. Siya, maimong matapit. So, that's all about the blending learning. So, I hope na may nakatunan gamay about sa blended learning. And thank you for listening. God bless everyone. So this is Jeremy Saladares from B.Ed. Thank you.